4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Thank you all again for coming out on this beautiful day, maybe the best day of the year. My name is Dan French. I'm the executive producer of the Solar Farm Summit. We are North America's Agrivoltaics Expo. We just had our first agrivoltaics development conference in Chicago about 4 weeks ago, and it's sold out. We got a bigger venue to start. It was sold out anyway. So we've seriously underestimated agrivoltaics, and that's why we're here today. As soon as I heard about this project, which was at the Solar Farm Summit, I guess they had just filed something a week before, I booked a flight immediately on merit. So I'm here on my own dime to rally for agrivoltaics, and that's what this is today, the Rally for Ohio Agrivoltaics. Round of applause. And thanks, I see some familiar faces that were in Chicago last month, so thanks for following us on the roadshow. And it is an exciting time. I graduated from the University of Illinois. Why am I here rooting on the Buckeye State? Because there's a renaissance that's sweeping the Midwest. It's a land use renaissance. Illinois has gotten some money from Uncle Sam to do an amazing project called Scapes. University of Wisconsin-Madison is studying cattle under the panels right now. Purdue is doing soybeans right now. And I'm here today to root on this incredible project, many thousands of acres, a proper agrivoltaics research campus proposed by Savion, right next to Molly Caron Center and the historic Ohio State University's Agricultural Innovation Center. And it's really an entire corridor, right? From here all the way across the Midwest. We've been leading agriculture for 100 years. And I think this moment in time reminds me a lot of the Green Revolution. And I want to explain exactly why agrivoltaics is so important to me. It's very simple. You don't have to be a scientist or an ecologist to understand that you like to be in the shade in the summer. Some of y'all wish you had some shade right now. And sheep like it under the shade too. And it turns out some grasses do too. My favorite study is the University of Arizona. They did tomatoes and peppers under the panels out in Arizona. They grew 3 times as many peppers, but they only used 30% as much water. Agrivoltaics is ultimately adaptable. So it works in the desert, it works in the Midwest, not for all things, but shade plants and sheep thrive. So there's another study, they doubled eggplant production. It's also beneficial for the panels themselves, because if you have beneficial vegetation underneath, it actually cools the panels and improves their performance and their durability over the long life. So it's real symbiosity here. We're not just stacking sustainability on top, but it's all kind of working together, and each piece is complementary with each other piece. So agrivoltaics really is a cornucopia of abundance. If you are concerned about losing farmland, agrivoltaics is the answer. We're not going to lose any farmland. We're going to upgrade our farmland. Anything that goes into an agrivoltaics project remains in agriculture, and when it comes out, it will still be in agriculture. So there's no net loss at all. If you're worried about erosion, if you're worried about stormwater, again, agrivoltaics is the answer. In Illinois, where I'm from, conservation is the biggest agrivoltaics piece that's taking off. So we can do crops, we can do critters, and we can do conservation habitat for the bees and butterflies. So wildflowers, beneficial vegetation. Underneath, we're creating bee and butterfly oases. Bee and butterfly oases with solar. If you're concerned about the bees and the butterflies, agrivoltaics is the answer. We have a lot of jobs in this country, 10 million open jobs, just under 10 million in the last report, but they're not in the right places. I'm from downstate Illinois. I'm from Hoopeston, Illinois. We used to have all 3 major canning factories in Hoopeston, and they're all gone. And I think we're all very familiar with this long period of underperformance in rural America. If we need jobs, we need things people can do. We need to feed people. We need to power the world the way America has been for over 100 years. And history rhymes, and we're coming right back around again. It sounds fancy, agrivoltaics. What the hell is that? It's actually, again, very, very simple. It's shade that harvests PV panels, photovoltaic panels, to create microclimates in variable setups, and we can do all kinds of things. We can optimize for sheep, we can optimize for bees, and the universities are starting to figure out how we can really optimize for crops. And that's what's so exciting about the Oak Run Solar Project, because we're going to lean in at scale, thousands of acres. And I've been told that their plan is to mix it up. So it's not going to be just one design for the entire solar farm. They're going to try to mix it up. We're going to try to figure out, we're going to experiment now in this moment when we need solutions, we need jobs, we need power and food, and climate change is coming on making all those things more difficult, especially in our marginal communities all around the world. But agrivoltaics, as simple as it is, really seems to be the all-in-one solution. Ultimately adaptable and locally empowering. Farmers can still farm the land, and it might be double rents. So we're here to recapture and revitalize a historic agricultural innovation center in America. I'm proud of the Buckeyes, even though I'm not from the Buckeye State, and I'm here to root you on, because we're all in this together. Midwest and America, there's billions of mouths yet to come, billions of hands we need to put to work. And I really believe, after staring at this for a long time, the world I mean, that agrivoltaics is a huge piece of the solution set, and we're going to adapt it in every single community before we're done. This project wins on merit. That's why we made it the first stop after the Solar Farm Summit. This is a game changer. This is a mold breaker. No one's ever done thousands and thousands of acres like this, but we are, and we need to do it. And I guess I'm getting into the national security conversation just a little bit, because where is this scaling? In China. They're doing the largest agrivoltaics projects in the world. 80% of China is a desert. They need it maybe more than we do, but they understand the real value and power, quite literally, of the agrivoltaics stack, the solution set. Because as I mentioned, it's not just the electricity, it's the agricultural production, it's the water, and it's the ecology. Even if we're just doing advanced conservation for bees and butterflies, we win. We need all these things. And so maybe it sounds too good to be true, but the science is incredibly simple, and I look forward to the next decade and the work that will happen at this project, if approved, at the Ohio State University, because we're going to figure out, we can do critters and we can do conservation now. We need a little bit more work on crops, and then we're really going to have everything that we need under these panels. For us, for now, but for our kids. For our kids, we're going to need a lot more shepherds. Fancy shepherds, digital shepherds. We're going to need a lot more vets, and we're going to need a lot more hardworking people in rural America again. Can you dig it?
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.